Coming up live on LiveWire, we've got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking with some people, very varied things. Angels for Hearts, which is a nonprofit organization that helps people understand and make in their lives a normalcy after they have some heart conditions. And that's a very important topic. Now, who helps people do that? I don't think hospitals have many programs that do this. And so it's just Californians picking up the job that needs to be done. Then we're going to talk with some people from PCS, a place called Sacramento, which is a interesting and long-running program of Access Sacramento, into which case that you can make a film and see it live up on the big screen. So stay tuned for LiveWire right after this. Every organization has a brochure, but this one is very special in that it's just filled with kids, and it's for Angels for Hearts, which is an organization founded by the woman sitting across from me, Kim Kaufman, who was walking down the street one day and...
I was, at the age of 29, I had a high white cell count and high fevers, and just didn't feel good. And I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure and told I would need a heart transplant within 4 to 7 years. That was in 2004.
2004, and you're still with us.
I'm still here, and I never got that transplant.
So you never got the transplant, but it transformed you, obviously, to being somebody who saw another need, and the other need was children and families finding some sense of life after heart.
Just being diagnosed.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I had a great childhood, and I was diagnosed with a heart issue at 29, but my life changed. And all of a sudden I went from thinking I'm going to get married and have kids and grow older to now prepare to die in hospice, and you're not getting that transplant. And that same night, I saw 2 young children in the adult cardiac ICU, and my nurse couldn't answer my questions, so she went and got a child life specialist from the Children's Hospital at Lucille Packard, who came over and explained to me why they were there, who they were, and that just started this little project in my head that I was going to help them on Christmas morning to know that Santa found them. If they could just be a child for a couple minutes in the hospital, they'd have a little bit of normalcy. And it wasn't that items or material items, it was just that Santa found them in the hospital. And so that started as a project. And the next year, my family wrote a letter to friends and family. We raised $5,000, and we helped a lot of heart kids at the hospitals. And the next year, a foundation called us from the hospital and helped us to become a 501c3 nonprofit. And we've now been in existence for 10 years. And we're helping thousands of heart kids.
It is, and a lot of people have come to help you, and organizations funding who, because you are a nonprofit, to get tax deductions and to be able to give foundation money away to you. And do you do fundraisers?
Yes, we do fundraisers all year long. Everything we do is donor and sponsor based. Everything we do for our heart families, every event, every program, like our Heart Golf, or the event that's coming up, Heart Heroes Rock, is sponsor and donor based. So the families come and it's free. They don't pay anything to come to our events. It is free for them. That way they can come and just be a family and not worry about the medical issues.
Oh, there it is up on the screen, look.
Yes, Heart Heroes Rock.
Heroes Party, okay.
Yes.
And you just jump on angelsforhearts.org.
Yes, angelsforhearts.org/RSVP. If you know of a heart family or heart angel family, that would be any family that has a child with a cardiac issue from newborn to the age of 18, or a heart angel family, which is a family that's lost a child to a cardiac issue. they're welcome and they're invited. All they need to do, we ask that they RSVP, so we have a head count for the food and all the games. Go to our website, www.angelsforhearts.org/RSVP. And if you don't just show up, you're still welcome. We'd love to have you.
You know, we had a nice discussion before the show about this idea of helping people understand that they have to create a new normal for their family. If one of them has this problem, they have to create a new normal, and there are things that they may not know about people who have congestive heart failure or other things like that, as they can do things like this.
They can golf. At one of our events that we used to have that we retired in 2016, when I grow up, where we would bring grown-ups that represented different occupations, we had a professional golfer who our pediatric cardiologists and the families came and talked, and they said, did you know that golf is the only sport that heart kids can play with no restriction? We didn't know that. And that was in August of 2013. By October, we had an I Heart Golf. We had a full golf program. And we just ended our 5th year of I Heart Golf. We've had over 100 children on the Heart Kids and their siblings, ages 4 to 18, have played. Our home is now at Hagen Oaks.
Hagen Oaks, a wonderful
golf course.
Easy to get to.
We're supported by the Morton Golf Foundation and the Northern California Institute of Golf for Kids. We could not be more thrilled that we are growing the game of golf, just one heart family at a time. And for kids, a lot of heart kids, they're born with this illness or this genetic issue, having congestive heart failure. And 1 out of every 110 children born have CHD, or congestive heart defect. That's a lot of kids.
That's sure a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids.
And are we missing some?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We are, because you can't see it. If I didn't have my third accessory, my oxygen, you would know how bad my heart is. And so that's what's interesting about heart failure, is you can't see it on the outside. Mm-hmm. And these kids, they're a lot of times born this way, so they don't know life any different. They've always known, I can't do this, I can't do that. But when we come and we have a party and there's superheroes, and this party, they are the superheroes. They are the warriors. Heart families are the strongest families I've ever met. They go through things that no family should ever have to go through. Mm-hmm. They may have a child in the hospital for 3 days or 3 years. You just don't know. Yeah. And that's being a heart family, is you don't have a normalcy because
then
you don't know.
You pull them together in groups and so that they meet other families that have the same issue.
Yes. That was part of Angels Hearts, was everything we do has happened organically, that it's either happened from the doctors or the child life specialists or the heart families themselves saying, we don't have a place to go and meet other heart families. Well, then we have a party. Like we have the Heart Heroes Rock Party, or Heart Heroes, mm-hmm. which is our Heart Kids Rock Heart Heroes event, which is this Saturday from 4 to 7 at Jesuit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Please use the light at O'Donnell Drive to get into the parking lot, because the address is the front of the school, which you can't get to our party from there. We bring these families together. We have families that come as far as Chico, Oregon, Utah, because they can come and be with other families that understand their normalcy.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of new families that are coming, and sometimes it's the first time another heart child has ever met another heart child, or a sibling has ever met another sibling that understands why their parents may leave for 3 months and they may not see their sibling.
You brought some slides. Let's have a look at these slides. I think these are from one of your events. Here we go. Let's have a look at these slides from Angels for Hearts.
That is a race car that we donated. We've donated over 12 of those to the local hospitals, to UC Davis Children's Hospital, Sutter Children's Center, Sacramento, and Lucille Packard Children's Hospital at Stanford. It's actually a wheelchair that has been designed as a race car.
I see it. The back end comes up a little bit so you can grab it and move it along.
Cool. That's our coach, Kelly. She's the director of our golf program. Teaching the kids at the end of the golf match, they shake hands and you look the player in the eye and say thank you.
That's good.
That was at When I Grow Up, and that was one of our Heart Kids meeting Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. Oh, okay.
And that was just an amazing photo that was caught.
It's a nice photo.
All of our photography
get it.
is donation based.
It's actually scary.
That's my mom and my dad at one of our golf events. They are, I don't know how they did that. I asked my mom one day, what did she do with me when I was in the hospital for, days on end? And she just said, one foot in front of the other. Oh, those are child life specialists. One from each of the hospitals that we work with. That was a fun event where we got to bring them all together, and the kids got to see the child life specialists from the hospitals.
Right.
That is one of our Heart families, the mom and the son, wearing one of our I Heart Golf shirts, I can see.
Caleb.
Yeah. That's one of our young Heart girls. She had one of her big surgeries a few months ago, and she was back out on the golf course within 3 months after open heart surgery. That's another one of our Heart kids playing golf, and all of the golf players, they get a new set of clubs. We give them all the tools when we're teaching them the sport. That's another family in one of our race cars in one of the hospitals. We've heard stories about races of these race cars going around. That's Santa Claus. We still provide the hospitals with Santa's wish
I recognize
lists.
him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually have a personal relationship with him. I have him on speed dial.
Well, obviously.
Yes. Yes.
You have to collect all of these wonderful things for kids. And
Yes.
that's part of what you do is you reach out to the community and they give.
Yes, we couldn't do what we do without the generosity of the Sacramento community, individuals, companies, businesses, communities, foundations. We need your help. We need to help these Heart kids and these families.
Yeah.
And we just turned 10 years old. We want to grow, and I'm very lucky to be part of the legacy of Angels for Hearts.
It's interesting. I've looked at this list of people who support you, and your family certainly did gather around this issue.
Yes, because we are a Heart family. We became one.
Yep.
And that's our Heart Angels Heart Heroes Party. It's this Saturday, August 4th, from 4 to 7 p.m. at Jesuit High School, 1200 Jacob Lane in Carmichael. But please use the light at O'Donnell Drive off Fair Oaks Boulevard. You can RSVP at www.angelsforhearts.org/RSVP. Everything is free. Come check out our website. There's more information about who's invited and the different qualifications. Yeah. But please come, and thank you for having us.
That would be good. Kim, thank you so much for coming to talk to me about this important issue. And not only that, I mean, I think that what you're doing is kind of innovative. I don't know of any other area of the United States where a family gets together upon issue and then starts to raise big money to get other people involved.
Neither do we. That's where we're quite we're like that.
Good.
We have big hearts, and we may be a small board, but we're very big and mighty, and we want to make an impact, and we're doing that.
I hope so. And have a good fundraiser and this event that's coming up. I hope you have a lot of families.
This is not a fundraiser. This event is just a fun party. Okay. It's not a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser, yes. It's just a party for the Heart families.
All right.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. All right, we'll take a short pause for the cause right now, and we'll be back after some important messages, and we'll be talking about a place called Sacramento, which is a place called Sacramento, but it's a program of Access Sacramento.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather! Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark! We're just playing! We're just playing on trying to get you out of here!
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
I tell people I have 3 kids, one of them's adopted, I just don't know which one. I can't imagine having to be in a birth mother's position to make that choice.
You know, I was kind of just asking her, you know, what is your motivation? Why are you doing this? And she looked at me and she said, because you can give my son a life that I could not.
We always tell her thank you. He is such a blessing to us.
Every day is just a ray of sunshine from him. So we're Chanda and Brian, and we chose adoption.
It's a place called Sacramento. It was coined by the director of Access Sacramento many, many years ago because he wanted to have an offering that people could develop films, but he always wanted some connection to Sacramento in the film. And sometimes it's all about Sacramento and its many aspects, and sometimes it just kind of breezes by and you might recognize, you know, a bridge in the background, but that's it. And it doesn't matter, it just so it does that. And it's been, I don't know, many, many years now, and there have been 100 or so films made. And with me in the studio are two filmmakers. Ritu Atwal, you came up with the idea?
Yes, I was the writer who submitted for the competition, and I was one of the 10 writers that got selected.
And David Masil, you said, I'll help you.
Yeah, I wanted to do this, so yeah, and Ritu is a good friend, very close.
We're
friend.
good friends, and
We started
we've been
together.
Good.
to do this
Yeah.
for a while.
Good. Well, it obviously you're just about to finish. You finished shooting.
Just wrapped up shooting on Sunday night, so we just starting our post-production our work.
Work.
Yes.
Fitting all those pieces together.
Yes,
process
yes,
now.
the soundtrack and
It's
all
a little
of that.
easier nowadays than it was way back when I started work with the National Academy. It was tough.
Yeah, lots of digital stuff we can do
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
So the name of the piece is called The Gift,
Yes.
and it's a 10-minute film.
Yes.
It has to stop at 10 minutes.
I know. So that's
It points towards a bigger film, like
yeah. There
2
you
hours.
go.
A little less than 10 minutes.
It's
in
a
fact.
preview to a feature.
That's right.
Yeah, no,
That's
no,
right.
it's not that. But it's fun to do shorts because you really have to get to the point. There's no build up. You kind of start right at the point, and then you kind of wrap it all up within 10 minutes. So every scene really counts, which is really what's exciting about shorts.
It is, and so the
And
actors
you
have
can
to
tell a
be,
lot in 10 minutes too. You
Yeah.
can tell a lot
Yeah.
of story in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has to be beginning, middle, and end. It's got to end somehow.
Every
Everything
story,
gets wrapped up.
every story has to have that, no matter how short or how long.
Right.
There has to be the middle, beginning,
I
and
like it. I
Yeah.
like it. So, is there any way you can give us a kind of? Do we have some slides or something we can start with?
I believe we have some photos. I'm not sure if we got the
Are these
video
photos
in.
of acting or the crew smiling and drinking beer?
Some of that.
Okay. Well,
And I think there's a couple of shots of the
I won't
actors
argue with
themselves.
that. Quite all right. That's how crews meet. Oh, look there. There's one.
Oh, there you go. You can
yeah.
see the director and the cameraman
And our lighting.
and our lighting
Lighting director.
technician. That's Jag and TJ and Nicholas.
And there's the Godfather on his shirt.
And the
That's
Godfather,
right,
and he
yeah.
was the Godfather on set because he
He
was our
looked like
director,
it.
and he
He's
was
awesome.
amazing.
He's awesome. And those are our two lead characters.
Yeah, those are the lead.
Lead actors. Are
Yes.
They, so
They're in the park, Royer Park actually. So that's Dushant and Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the character names, that's their names.
Real names, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
There's,
Oh,
there's a director taking a break.
That's right.
It was
Calling his wife,
stressful.
I can't stand this actor. She's stressful.
It's so funny, he
Yeah.
actually was calling his wife because he said he was going to get into trouble. That's us trying to work out the equipment. We went downtown. As soon as the team got together, we had to go straight into downtown and get some clips of downtown. And we were having some technical issues right there. It is pretty amazing how quickly you have to think on your feet and just keep going and go with the flow. And they kind of figured out how to kind of just make it work. But yeah, that was a stressful moment for sure.
Yeah, because every moment counts.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
an interesting shot.
That's a shot from the film. Yes.
There you go.
And that was kind of one of our ending scenes, right,
Yeah,
David?
it's
No,
one-
actually, just before the ending.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the actors were so professional, so good, and on point. It was a pleasure, and that's why it moved really fast too.
Yes, yes.
When the actors are prepared, it really makes all the difference.
That's right, it sure does.
Because we're not doing retakes out of retakes,
Sure
but
does.
yeah, it really helped.
You sit down or you stand up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm working with professionals, they know what they're going to do.
Right. And this was a really, there's a whole team. That is the whole
That's
kind
the
of
whole crew.
The crew, yes,
Cast
with
and
the
crew,
actors in there.
Everybody that made the film.
Yes,
Right.
and our location, that is the Fig Tree on Vernon Street. And at the back, you can see the owner. She was really, really sweet and so helpful. That's
She's
Rachel.
one of a cast, a cast as well. Right?
Yes, she was in the film
Yeah,
too.
you know, they said to make a movie about how people make movies because every time I have a PCS director or a producer in here, they always tell me stories about how they got their location, you know, whether or not it's someone's house or
Right.
some special place that
Right.
nobody goes into and how they talk their way in.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, make up some stories. Well, we
These
were
are
taking some
amazing.
guerrilla shots, and we were like, "What if, guerrilla shotters? We don't have the permission to shoot." I don't know if I should say this online,
Sure
but
you can.
all right. So we were like, "Well, what if the cops come and stop us?" Because we had a really heavy-duty camera, so we had to make up the story about, "Oh, we'll just say we're shooting for a pre-wedding video." So there's an idea to everybody out there, and just say that this is the groom, and he wanted to come and take some shots for his wife to be.
Alibis are always important.
So we had to come up with a story, but
Film
we didn't get
alibis. Good. Actually, you could write a book about that too.
stopped. Yeah, that would be a good short, actually.
Good. So you two have known each other for a while. You've worked together as friends.
Right. We started
in
acting
the
classes
arts.
together, and we worked in a few films. Last year, we were both in 2 movies. I mean, I was
In the
with
PCS,
in a
yeah.
PCS. I was in a different movie. She was in a different one. It has been an amazing experience, though. We're really wanting to do this.
It really filmmaking is so complex.
It is.
That it taxes your friendship sometimes.
For us, it was very good. It was very smooth. It was
Yeah.
very smooth, and
It's
we
good
had
to
an
know for a
awesome
long
team.
time.
It was really
Yeah.
good. But yeah, it's good to know each other. We know each other's temperaments and everything. So it's
Yeah.
really helpful.
Well, what's
Yeah.
good is when you are friends and there's no bad feelings, even if there is any. And we didn't have any bad feelings. Let me just clear that. But it went really well because we knew each
Yeah.
other that long. And actually, everybody on our crew was
We had one common
friends
goal.
or family.
I see. Okay, that
That helped a lot.
that
actually,
sure does. It does.
It did. My boys were on there. My husband
Yeah.
was very sweet. His
My-
wife.
was, yeah.
Everybody pitched in. It was.
Amazing.
It was, and it made it all the more fun. And the director is really an old friend.
You know,
so
party.
Yeah.
So now this is all leading. This talk is all leading to the finishing of the work, and then what happens? Then it goes up on the screen with 10 or so
Right.
other filmmakers, and they show it on October the 6th.
yes.
A place called
There you go.
Sacramento at
6
the
p.m.,
Crest
yeah.
Theater. Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
1013 K Street and down. And it starts at 6 p.m. and you really want to try to get tickets early because we know from experience that that thing sells out.
Right.
A place called Sacramento.
Definitely did last year. It was
Yeah,
just- we couldn't
yeah.
get tickets for people
900
in the end.
people.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if the tickets are on sale already, but I think you can jump online
Right.
and find out. By
Or you
just,
can go there personally and buy that.
you have to scroll down until you find a place called Sacramento because there's like an event there a day. So, and October 6th is a little while off.
Yeah.
Right.
Enough time to get those tickets.
Yes,
The films are wonderful. I hope everybody can make it and come and enjoy the films. And
Sure, I think
support support the
it's-
area. Yeah.
support the area and support the development of film here. You know,
Yes.
there's been a lot of films made here in Sacramento, you know, by the commercial film industry, but this is different in terms of the kind of abilities. I mean, a couple of actors get to make a film and then have it shown up in a big film house.
Yeah, huge theater.
That doesn't, you know, I mean, it doesn't compute in Hollywood for sure, unless
Right.
they're actors who have big money.
Right.
So it's an amazing thing that Access Sacramento lives up to its motto, which is to provide access. You know.
100% for the community, and also everything that you need to prepare for this is all provided, because I do have to give a shout out to Carlos. His short production class
Yes.
really helped. It was like the roadmap for me as a producer on what are the steps to get to the final film. And I took that class and I had all the notes, and that was my starting point. Of
That's great.
what do I do next? Because I'm an actor, I'm not a filmmaker.
Yes, and as you were, the thing about this is it's very different than theater.
Yes.
You know, in that it's just like all happening all at once. You know?
Right.
You know, it's
And
like
it's a really strong teamwork thing
yeah.
kind of going on behind and in front of
and
the
there's
camera.
stories about, you know, theater actors or film actors being given theater roles who go, I'm to learn these lines? I don't learn lines.
I
I'm
know.
a film actor.
Each has its own kind of challenges and its own kind of, yes,
Oh,
for
it does.
sure.
Take 20. You missed your line. You're supposed to stop on that line over there.
Yeah, and in theater you have to be ready to improvise.
Almost improvise,
Yeah,
right.
on the go, and that kind of has its own joy and fun, and
It does. It does.
makes you nervous.
Well, you two, I wish you well on this. Is this be something you might like to do again? Are you're both okay, or you're not burnt out?
I'm sure we're going to do it again.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking about the next storyline.
All right.
Yeah,
This is
it's
good.
been very,
It was
very good
amazing,
experience.
Well, good for you and
It's
good for
total fun.
Sacramento.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
both
Ray.
for
Thank
coming.
you.
All
And
right.
thank you to
Thank you, Ray.
Access.
Okay, well, we are, it is a play called, a screenplay called The Gift, and they're just finishing production, and you will see it at a place called Sacramento, in beautiful downtown Sacramento at the Crest Theater on October the 6th. Thanks for watching. We are here every Wednesday at 5. We're live. This is live. Look, my hands are moving. We're not on tape. That's not tape.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week, okay? You can start rolling credits anytime, Mr. Director. Or Miss Director.